Good evening, students. So, in this class, we'll study about the general methods. Basically, what is a method? A method is a predefined action that we can perform on a piece of data that we have. Suppose we have this variable whose value is Python lab. Now, what we just want to capitalize first alphabet of each word, which we generally say title case. We know it as title case. So what we will do is we will just call the title method on this variable name. How we do this? Simply say we want to print this. Say print. Okay, now print name dot title. Okay, now what is happening is we are calling this title method over this name variable. And how do we know that we have not we? How does this Python know that it has to call this title method on this variable name? So this dot operator tells Python to call this method on this variable name. Fine. So let's see what the output will be. See, the output is Python lab. What happened here is it simply capitalized the first alphabet of every word. So we can see that the P is capitalized here and the L is capitalized here. So this method simply converted this variable into title case. Okay. Now let's do this for another method. Now what we are doing is we are simply converting this name variable into uppercase. So upper. Let's see what will happen. See, first we are printing this title case. So this is the title case. Then next we are printing the uppercase. This is the uppercase. Okay. Next, what? Let's see about name dot low. Okay. Let's print this and check what happens. See, what happened here is it's the title case, uppercase, and the lowercase. But we can see that no difference can be seen here and in this lowercase, because this is already in lowercase. To check it's working, let's just change few alphabets in different case, say O in capital case and P in capital case. Similarly, B in capital case. Okay, now let's see what happens. Now you can see the difference, that this is capital T and capital O and capital B, whereas all the alphabets here are in lowercase, right? So these are basically predefined set of methods that we can call when we require them, when we need them. Okay, fine. Let's use something. Okay, I'm just commenting out this thing. Okay, comment out. Okay, what do we mean by comment out means मैंने इन तीन स्टेटमेंट कमेंट बना दिया है. इनको पाइथन का जो कंपाइलर है वो रीड तो करेगा लेकिन इन्हें एग्जीक्यूट नहीं करेगा. एज ए कमेंट इनको लीव कर देगा. फाइन. नेक्स्ट अब मैं R strip. So what R strip does is कि it strips off white space at the right end of a string. Okay, let's say Python lab के आगे we have some spaces. Okay, you can see the spaces here. These are the spaces. Now let me call the print statement. Print what? Name dot R strip. Okay. Just run the file and see. See what happened. मैं यहाँ पे okay. Let's tell you, आपको पता कैसे चलेगा कि यहाँ पे मैंने कुछ लिखा था वो फिट हो गया. Name 1. Name 3 lakh. Okay. Okay. Okay, one second, just a second. I'm doing our strip and then print also names one, not name two, name one. We are just checking out क्योंकि पिछले केस में क्या हुआ था? See, we just got the one space, not many spaces. So what happened is कि इसने trim कर दिया है यहाँ की space को. ठीक है? Next, let's say our L trim. Let's say this is L trim. अब हम L trim को call करते हैं. Just delete this thing. Okay, L strip यानी कि left strip. What will this store की ये left side में जो भी spaces हैं trim कर देगी. Okay. It says invalid syntax. Okay, let me just check out. Why is it saying so? Okay, because we forgot this equals to here. Can you check? Okay. What happened here is कि पहले हमने यहाँ पे प्रिंट किया आर स्ट्रिप को कॉल करके, तो यहाँ पे इसने राइट में जो स्पेसेस हैं उनको तो ट्रिम कर दिया, वो डिलीट हो गई, बट लेफ्ट की स्पेस अभी भी हुई है. यू कैन सी दिस. बट एल स्ट्रिप जो हमने कॉल किया तो इसने लेफ्ट की स्पेसेस डिलीट कर दी. यहाँ पे राइट की स्पेस अभी भी है ना. अगर मैं इसे बैक करूँ तो नहीं हो रहा. क्यों? आई एम ट्राइंग टू डिलीट दिस बट नहीं हो रहा क्योंकि यहाँ पे ये स्पेसेस अभी हैं. वेयर एज इसका देखो कर्सर मैं यहाँ ला सकती हूँ इजीली, यहाँ पे आ रहा है. ठीक है, बट यहाँ पे कर्सर नहीं आ रहा. ओके, लेट्स मूव फर्दर. देन स्ट्रिप. स्ट्रिप क्या करता है? अगर हमें सिर्फ लेफ्ट की स्पेस ट्रिम करनी है, डिलीट करनी है, तो हम एल स्ट्रिप कॉल करते हैं. अगर हमें राइट की स्पेस डिलीट करनी है तो आर स्ट्रिप कॉल करते हैं. अगर हमें दोनों स्पेसेस एक साथ ट्रिम करनी है, दोनों डिलीट करनी है, तो वी विल जस्ट सिंपली कॉल द स्ट्रिप. ओके, नेम डॉट स्ट्रिप. ओके, लेट्स सी व्हाट हैपेंस. या आई नो आपको ये इतना विजिबल नहीं हो रहा है, बट यहाँ पे क्या हुआ है कि ट्रिम हुई है स्पेसेस. ओके, फाइन. ओके, नेक्स्ट है हमारे पास इट्स ट्रिम. ओके, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. सो आफ्टर दिस बेसिक एक्सटर्नल मेथड्स मैंने आपको इसलिए बता दिया क्योंकि while we will be studying about more about the Python, we will need these functions, these methods, we will be calling these methods. तो इसलिए आपको इनिशियली इसका इंट्रो दे दिया, सो दैट कि जब भी हम इसको बीच में यूज करें, इन मेथड्स को कॉल करें, तो आपको डाउट ना है कि वाई व्हाट आर दीज मेथड्स, वी नेवर स्टडीड अबाउट दीज मेथड्स. ओके, सो ओके, लेट्स जस्ट finish it here and open a new file. Okay, just play this file. Okay, see, now we have few inbuilt data structures in Python. So three of most common are list, tuple and dictionary. So we will start with list. कि पहला हमारा इनबिल्ट डेटा स्ट्रक्चर जो है हमारा लिस्ट है, और काफ़ी पॉपुलर भी है पाइथन में, काफ़ी पॉपुलरली यूज होता है. तो बेसिकली हम लिस्ट को हमेशा रिप्रेजेंट करते हैं विद दीज ब्रैकेट्स. फाइन. तो लेट्स से कि हमारे पास कोई लिस्ट हमें डिफाइन करनी है, तो हम कैसे करेंगे? सपोज मैं एग्जाम्पल लेती हूँ बाइसिकल्स का. सपोज ओके, तो बाइसिकल्स में आपके पास कौन कौन सी बाइसिकल्स हो सकती है? यू हैव ट्रेक. ओके, यू हैव रेड लाइन, And what else you can have? Redline के अलावा कुछ भी ले सकते हैं, like say specialize, any specialized article, and say and hair bicycle. Fine. So see, यहाँ पे क्या हुआ कि ये ब्रैकेट और ये ओपनिंग ब्रैकेट और ये क्लोजिंग ब्रैकेट ये बता रहे हैं कि ये जो हमने डिफाइन किया है इसमें जो भी दैट इज अ लिस्ट which is stored in this bicycle. Fine. So we have here initialized a list named bicycles which has 4 values: track, redline, specialized, and Cannondale. Okay. One more thing, lists can be heterogeneous but are generally homogeneous. Means we can define list as say mixed, या फिर heterogeneous, whatever you want to name it. I'm saying mixed list. So track can have then 2, it can have then 5.0. Okay. Yeah. Why I wrote it in inverted commas and these numbers simply because to tell the Python that this is a string, we need to write this under these codes. Python will understand by default that this is an integer and this is a float. So we don't need to write for this. So this is a heterogeneous list which contains a string, an integer, and the float value. So we can create lists like this as well. So if you want me to print this list, let's do this also so that the confusion gets clear if it works or not. Let's say let's first print bicycles. So what's happening? Okay, sorry. Bicycles. Okay. And then we will print mixed list. Okay. Let's check this out. What happened? Okay, I have to save this. And call this. Okay. See, this is homogeneous list which has all the string values, and the second one is the heterogeneous list which has all the different data types. Okay. Okay. Now coming back to this thing, I'm just simply deleting this out because we are not using this for the sake of example, not a bit complicated. Okay. We saw that lists can be heterogeneous, but we use it generally for the homogeneous purpose. Okay. We all the individual data items are separated by comma. You can see that track is one data item, redline is another data item, and these two data items are separated by this comma. Similarly here, these two data items are separated by this comma, and these two data items are separated by this comma. Okay. Also, the index position of a list starts at 0, not at 1. So if I print bicycles of 0, okay, what happens? Let's see. See, it printed track. That is the first element. I printed the 0th index, which printed the first element. That is, the index position starts at 0, not 1. What if I print bicycles of 1? See, it printed redline. That is the second element in this list. Okay. Fine. Okay, one more thing. If I print bicycles of minus of 1, index is minus 1, this means that we are reading the list from the backward. Okay, so let's see what prints here. Cannondale. See, this is the last item. So when we want to print list from the last index, we have to use -1. For the first index, you use 0 and you can go from 0 to n items. If you want to print the items from the ending of the list, you have to start the index from -1. So -1, -2, -3, -4. So you will print the list in the reverse order through this manner. Okay, fine. Okay, now let's see what operations we can perform on a list. We can create an empty list. For creating an empty list, what you have to do is simply just write any variable names. Let's say bicycles. Okay, if we are saying bicycles, then bicycles. Okay, so it's an empty list here. If I print bicycles, let's see what happens. Yeah, empty list. So we just created an empty list. It has no value. Okay. Next, modifying the list. Okay. Let's do this also. We have a list already. Let me get that list back. Okay, this list, okay. Bicycles has the values, these four values. Now I want to modify this list. Okay. So let's say bicycles of 1 is equals to now Honda. And then print bicycles. Okay. Honda is not defined. Oh, yeah, because it's a string. Otherwise, it will consider it as some variable or something which is not defined. Because yes, when we write here 1, 2, 3, that is already defined as integers, but Honda is not defined. So to tell the Python that it's a string, we have to put these inverted commas here. Okay. Now let's see what happens. Okay. See, what happened is I simply updated the bicycle of 1, that is first index of bicycles, that is 0th index, first index means this red line value. We updated this value by Honda value. So we have a updated list track Honda specialized calendar. Simply the red line got removed or overwritten by this Honda value. Okay. Next we have append. Append at the list end of the list. Fine. We have the list already. Okay. So now what I want is bicycles dot append. Let's say we are appending Ducati. Okay. I don't know what the spelling, but I guess this is fine. I'm printing the bicycle. Okay. See, what happened is we have these four values already. This is not the updated list because I have removed that modifying wala part. It's the list we have is Redline Specialized Calendar, and we simply appended the Ducati word or the Ducati value in this bicycles list. So this dot means this is telling that we have to call this method, and this is a predefined method. We get append this value at the end of the list. So it happened here. Set Redline Specialized Calendar, and in the end Ducati. Okay. So the updated list is this. Okay. So let's move with the next operation. Next operation is inserting an element. Okay. Now I want to insert some element. what will happen if I insert some element? Bicycle dot insert. We will call the insert method here, and we are just simply inserting Ducati at the 0th index. Okay. Yeah. What will happen is, let's see what happens. See what happened. Let me simply cross this and implement that here. Okay. Now we have a fresh screen so that you guys don't get confused with the upper output. Okay. See, the first, our matrix was, um, sorry, our list was track, Redline, Specialized, and Cannondale. So what we did is we inserted Ducati at the 0th index. So at 0th index, we have Ducati and all the other elements, all the other values shifted by 1. Okay. What if I insert this Ducati at 2? Let's see. Okay, what happened is we are inserting at 2, so all the elements before 2 are at their place only. Trek is at 0th index, red line is at 1 index. Then we have at second index, we have inserted Ducati at second index. So at Ducati, we have at second index Ducati, and Specialized and Cannondale got shifted by 1. Okay, fine. Next is removing an element. Okay. Now, what do you mean by removing an element? Let's see. Let's do that also. This works like delete del dot bicycles of which index should I delete? It says 0, and I'm then printing the bicycle. Okay. It says invalid index. Yeah. So for deleting the 0th index of bicycles, I need to call the delete function like this. The output is we simply deleted the 0th index element. That is the first element of the list, and rest of the list is same as before, but it just got shifted by -1. That is, red line was at index 1, now it is at index 0. Okay. So yes, there is a case here that if you delete it once, you cannot use this item in future once deleted. Okay. So if you want to use the removed item, then you can simply use the pop function, so that even after removing the item, you can simply use that element. So let's see the difference between deleting and popping. Okay. Let's say pop bicycle is equal to what? Bicycle dot pop. Okay. And then I'm printing bicycle. Okay. मैं इसको कमेंट कर देती हूँ so that कि हम देख सके कि what is happening here. Okay. See. Okay, I am printing popped bicycles. Let's print popped bicycles also. See what happens. It pops bicycle, not pop the bicycle. Okay. See, generally, if you have learned about stack, in stack we have operation pop. So what this pop operation does is this deletes the topmost element from the stack. Fine. So that is the last inserted element in the stack. So this pop does the same function, that is the last element in the list is deleted by this pop. Whenever you call this pop on any of the list, this will delete the last variable or last element from that list. So in this case, we simply popped out the element from this list and stored in popped bicycle. Then we tried to print this popped bicycle and we saw that in this popped bicycle we have this value Canandel. That is, this pop function deleted or popped this value from the list, and in the end we have this list bicycles. It has 3 values left: direct, redline, and specialized. Okay. Now I don't want to pop the last element. I want to pop some middle element. Say I want to delete the first. I want to remove the first element. So first element के लिए we have to give the 0th index. So let's see what happens. See, if you give this pop like this, that is without any index value, by default it will pop or delete the last element from this list. But if you define the index of the value that you want to remove or you want to delete, it will remove that element only. So I gave the 0th index here to be deleted, and it pops the first element from the list, and this is the rest of the list. Okay, fine. Now popping elements done. Removing element by value. अभी तक हम जो remove कर रहे थे, element को remove कर रहे थे और pop कर रहे थे, हम लोग कर रहे थे with the help of index. अब हमें करना है with the help of the value. ठीक है? So how we will do that? We will do that simply with the use of remove method. Okay, let me first print the bicycles so that you can see the bicycles में क्या है, and जब हम remove करेंगे तो updated bicycles version में क्या होगा. Okay, we have bicycles. We are calling this remove. And what we are removing is, let's say, red line. Okay. And then print this bicycle. Let's see what happens. See, what happened is, पिछले सारे एग्जाम्पल्स में हमने इंडेक्स की अच्छे वैल्यूज को डिलीट किया था, एलिमेंट को डिलीट किया था, बट हमने यहाँ पे एलिमेंट की वैल्यू की हेल्प से एलिमेंट को डिलीट किया. दैट इज हमें पता है कि हमें रिमूव क्या करना है, रेड लाइन को डिलीट करना है हमारी लिस्ट में से. अब हमारे पास सपोज हमारे पास ये 4 बाइसिकल्स हुआ करती थी हमारे स्टॉक में एज अ मैन्युफैक्चरर, एज अ सेलर. तो अब आपके पास ये डिलीट, आपके पास ये रेड लाइन जो बाइसिकल्स है आपके स्टॉक में है नहीं, तो आप इसे डिलीट करोगे अपने जो भी स्टॉक आप मेंटेन करते हो वहाँ से. तो आपको पता है कि आपको रेड लाइन डिलीट करना है, तो यू आर सिंपली रिमूविंग दिस रेड लाइन एलिमेंट फ्रॉम योर लिस्ट बाइसिकल्स एंड यू गॉट द अपडेटेड लिस्ट. Okay, so that's it for this class. In the next class we will study about the working with list, that what we can work with list, like हम list के साथ में क्या execute कर सकते हैं, कैसे execute कर सकते हैं, all of that. So that's it for this class. Thank you.